So for our first example, we want to solve the system x squared equals y minus 1 and 4x minus y equals negative 1. And for this, even though we have those extra squares in there, it might make this look like it's going to be a whole lot different. It really isn't. Because what we can do is start by recognizing that in that second equation, we can pull around a 1 very easily and turn that into y equals 4x plus 1. And if we have y equals 4x plus 1, that tells us our first equation, because we need both to be satisfied, can be rewritten as x squared equals 4x plus 1 minus 1. And with that, we can then cancel out the 1's, get x squared equals 4x, or x squared minus 4x equals 0, or that x is equal to 0 or 4. So technically speaking, we have two options here. X is 0 or 4, but it still follows in the same sort of pattern as it did last time, except now we have a tiny bit of factoring to be done here. I left that part off because hopefully you remember you just pull out an x. X is 0 or x is 4. And then from here, we need to use both of these points to get our value back for y. That if we have x equals 0, then we will have 0 squared equals y minus 1, or y equals 1. And on the other hand, if x is equal to 4, we would then have 4 equals, make that line a little bit better, y minus 1, or, 4 squared, importantly, or y is equal to 17, where that tells us our solution set here will consist of the points 0, 1, and 4, 17, which we can graph like so to see how this would actually appear on the plane. And that's, again, it's very much the same process, except we have that extra bit of difficulty there with the factoring and an extra bit of complexity with finding 2 points. But ultimately, it's still very simple algebra that follows very straightforward logic. You just have to be careful that you don't make silly mistakes like I almost did there with that square. It's the easiest way to lose points, easiest way to lose track of things is just small copy errors, ultimately. So let's get one more example here, talking instead about the process using the addition or elimination method.